Important for the midterm exam will be the way that you explain. I need your explanation to understand that you understand the concept, right? Okay, this one no need. Okay, so this one is like a background of the research. So firstly, you have to identify some problem keyword, right? Firstly, problem definition. So in the introduction, you need to explain why you do this topic. So you remember the framework that I showed you guys, and you guys discussed with me. So in the introduction, you have to highlight what is the problem and how you solve the problem. Research question. So it just a tell that how you gonna conduct the research. Just like the birds for 5 years old. Okay, so that is chapter 1. Okay. So in here we have some terms, for example, like qualitative, pilot survey, case study. Can you understand what is the difference among those three? Qualitative research means like we have some potential participant or potential team to do the research. For example, I think to develop some product for Vietnamese women. So I invite them to have an interview, ask some questions, and then they respond to me, and I can figure out what is their current problem. But I need to prove it with the big sample size. So qualitative research, we can say, if based on a small sample, intend to provide insight and understanding the problem, just like the basic interview. Okay? Pilot survey. So you can see one key point of pilot survey is open-ended question. What does it mean, open-ended question? Okay. I would like to conduct some study about donation to non-profit organization, and then I will have an open-ended question in the beginning. So in the open-ended question, I would like them to explain what kind of non-profit organization you always donate to, right? So they need to explain to me some name. If they cannot write down the name, it means they did not donate at all, right? So pilot survey is to make sure that the participant they know about this topic. They call pilot survey. Case study. Case study is different with the research paper. Case study, I think everyone can write a case study. Case study, just like you write a story about one company. They write about, you interview the CEO, you interview the employee, you know the story, and you write down the story like case study, how the company overcome the problem and succeed in the market. So it's a case study. Okay? Know the definition of three. Okay, I think this one no need. Okay. In your midterm, I will give you a topic. In this topic, you need to, based on your own idea, you develop a research question. For example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 research question here, and you need to come up with the hypothesis to answer the question. For example, your research question is research question will be between men and female and male who have the stronger empathy when it comes to donation intention. So hypothesis 1, male have a higher empathy than female. So this hypothesis answer research question 1, right? Some research question you need to have 2 or 3 hypotheses to explain one research question. So it doesn't matter one recent question has to be answered by one hypothesis. Maybe with one recent question, but can be like 2 or 3 hypotheses, right? So for example, you're gonna have recent question is what is the most important factors influence to budget intention of teenager. So you can have hypothesis 1, social norm, hypothesis 2, social status influence budget intention. Like 3 or 4 hypotheses to support one recent question, right? So I will give you a topic in the midterm exam. You need to develop a recent question, and of course to develop this recent question, you have to have some argument. For example, you think that back to the donation intention question, so you're gonna make an introduction. You think like female is sensitive, and female is very female tend to have sharing easier to sharing some story with others, and female is sensitive. So my recent question will be between male and female who have stronger empathy, or female have a stronger than empathy when it comes to donation intention. So you have hypothesis 1, something like that. So make a story, recent question, and then hypothesis. You can say this recent thing have some introduction, right? So before you have a recent question, tell your story, recent question, and then hypothesis. So in this part, you don't need to study anything, just based on your own idea and explain. Okay, 3 or 5. Okay. So they two term in doing the research, what they call research design. Research design, what does it mean? For example, I would like to make analysis about the impact of music influence to impulsive buying. It means impulsive buying, it means like sometimes you don't intend to buy something, suddenly you want to buy it, so it impulsive buying. So my research topic, I would like to make a story about the impact of music influence to people impulsive buying. So I invite 100 people come to this room, and I open dancing music and let them answer some question. When I see this item, I would like to buy it. I intend to buy it after I finish the survey, something like that. So, and another group, 100 group, they come into the room, and I open the sad music. They also respond to the same question. And after I collect all the survey, 2 survey, I conduct a t-test, right? I conduct, for example, like process 7 or process 3 or process 1 to understand what is different between 2 groups and whether 2 groups, the difference is significant, p-value significant or not. So it's a research design, right? You design something, and in particular, in this context, you design the music, right? Secondly, exploratory research. Okay, exploratory research, what does it mean? Exploratory research, it means they would like to see where the people high empathy, and some another variable, dependent variable, is it related? For example, like empathy and impulsive buying, right? It sounds like it's not relevant, but it's an exploratory research. You try to explore 2 factors that is not relevant, and you find out that some relevant between them. You have to answer why. That's the exploratory research. Are you with me? So 2 types of research. Okay. And when we have some term for the distribution, the survey. For example, like when I give them the survey, for example, I'm making a survey about the intention of Bình Dương citizen to go to new year more into your new city, right? And I will make a survey and I give them to you guys. So what is the error here? What is the error here? It's a random sampling error because you guys just EAU student, you cannot generalize to all Bình Dương citizens. Are you with me? It limits to student young age, but it doesn't stand for all the people in Bình Dương. It's a random sampling error. Second, we have non-sampling error. What does it mean, non-sampling error? You can see error that can be attributed to sources other than sampling. It means some item you collect and the item is not relevant. You remember the task I given you guys, and you guys find out some item and the item is not correct, or you adapt it and you don't understand, people don't understand. Okay? Response error. A type of non-sampling error arising from respondents who do not respond but give in incorrect answer, or the answer and misrecall. For example, talking about buying luxury product. Some people don't buy the luxury product and they don't like the luxury product, but they still, okay, this one, 7. So it's the response error. They don't know about this question. For example, I'm talking about if you buying TikTok shop, right? Even though you don't buy TikTok shop, but you still respond based on your own idea. So it's response error. So try to understand what is different between them, and you're gonna explain and give me some example. And we have total error. You can see the difference between the two mean value in the population of the variable. So it means like you remember standard deviation. It means like, for example, usually you're gonna respond the same similar because you are the general population, but the answer is different. It have a high standard deviation. So it means it's totally error for the response. Okay, and then just there is the deeper insight for the, you already remember about qualitative to have the interview, right? So quantitative and derivative statistic, and we have causal. Causal, it means we have experimental data, or the one that we answer about research design. So it's experimental data, and another one is descriptive data. So it's the primary data collected from you guys. So just tell me what is descriptive data and what is causal data. Okay. Okay, so this one, I think you just need to remember what is the advantage, disadvantage among those survey methods, right? For example, if telephone, personal interview, this type too, you can easier to collect the information, right? You can call them and directly get information. But one disadvantage, they cannot, they have to reveal themselves. We know who they are, and they're afraid if they're talking something not good or not respond well, we will trust them like bad people, for example. So it disadvantage. And mail, no, like the electronic and mobile interview also have the advantage of like we don't need to arrange the time, right? It's easier to conduct. And electronic interview, for example, like internet survey, we don't know who is the respondent, and they feel comfortable to answer whatever they want. So it's an advantage. So just tell me some advantage and disadvantage from this type of survey interview. Survey method. Okay, so this part, gonna ask you guys about what is IV, DV, mediator, experiment, confounding variable. So this part, just remember what is IV, DV, what is moderator, what is mediator, confounding variable. Okay, I think that's all for the picture, not many thing, right?
One right now, they need